Hello everyone and welcome back to our cozy English corner in ClueSpeak. I'm Anna. How are you all today?
And I'm James. Great to be here. How are you, Anna?
I'm doing really well, thank you. I've got my warm cup of tea and the sun is trying its best to shine, so it's a good day.
A very British sentence, Anna. Trying its best to shine.
Well, it's true.
Today we have a brilliant topic, something every English learner asks about. How to think in English.
Yes, especially at A2 level. Thinking in English is difficult at first, but it really helps you speak faster and feel more confident.
And before we start, if you're enjoying the episode, give us a like and subscribe. It helps more learners find us.
Exactly. All right, James. Shall we begin?
Let's do it.
So, James, do you remember when you first tried learning another language? Did your brain feel a bit slow?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I spent so much time translating in my head. By the time I found the right words, the conversation had already moved on. I always felt like I was one step behind everyone else.
A classic problem. And many of our listeners feel exactly the same. You hear something in English, and your brain goes, wait, what does that mean in my language? And then you start searching for the translation, and suddenly everything feels harder.
Exactly. It becomes this long journey inside your head. English, your language, English again. Too many steps for one little sentence. By the time you finally speak, the moment is gone.
And it can feel stressful, right? You want to answer quickly, you want to sound natural, but your brain is busy doing extra work. It's like your mind is travelling through a tiny country lane instead of a direct road.
Yes, a very slow country lane, with cows blocking the way.
That's a perfect picture. And that slow lane is what happens when we translate everything word by word. It's not wrong, it's just tiring.
And the important thing to remember is this. It's completely normal to translate at the beginning. Everyone does it. Your brain is trying to help you, but it hasn't learned the faster route yet.
Exactly. You just need to train your mind to take the direct road, the English road. When you think in English, everything becomes faster, smoother, and much more natural.
And the good news is, thinking in English is a skill you can learn. Not in one day, of course, but step by step, with simple practice, your brain starts to change.
And one day, you suddenly notice it. You hear a word, and your mind understands it instantly. No translation, no delay, just English.
And that is such a wonderful feeling. It's like your brain says, oh yes, I can do this.
And you can do this. Every learner can. That's why today's topic is so important and so exciting. So, James, our first question from learners today is very simple but very important. Why is it important to think in English? Many people feel confused about where to start.
Yes, and the answer is quite clear. Thinking in English helps you speak more naturally. You don't have to stop, translate, and then speak. Your words come out faster, and you feel more confident.
Exactly. And to help people start thinking in English, we begin with something very, very small. Single words. Only words.
Yes, no big grammar, no long sentences, nothing scary. Just simple words you already know.
So, look around you right now. What do you see?
Well, I see my desk, I see my lamp, and I see your very serious face again, Anna.
I'm concentrating. But yes, this is the idea. When you see your lamp, think lamp. Not the word in your language, not the translation, just lamp.
And the same with other things. You see your book, think book. You see your chair, think chair. You see your cup of tea, think cup or tea. That one's very British, of course.
The key is to make a direct connection in your brain. Object, English word. No extra steps.
And you don't need to do this for hours. 5 minutes a day is enough. Walk around your home or your office or even the supermarket. Look at things and think the English word.
And if you don't know the English word, skip it. Don't stop. Don't translate. Just continue with the words you do know.
Yes, it keeps everything simple and stress-free. And after a few days, something wonderful happens. Your brain starts to recognize objects in English automatically.
It's like you build a little English world around you. A world made of simple words, but words that your brain understands instantly.
You become your own English labeling machine.
Exactly. And this is the first step to thinking in English. When words feel easier, sentences will feel easier too. But we'll get to that later.
For now, start with small things. One word at a time. And remember, every time you think a word directly in English, that is progress. So, Anna, another question our listeners often ask is, what can I do if I don't know a word in English? It's such a common situation, especially for A2 learners.
Yes, and it's completely normal. You're speaking, you're trying your best, and suddenly you need a word that you don't know yet. Your brain freezes for a moment and you think, oh no, what do I say now?
Exactly. And the first instinct is to translate. You try to remember the word in your language and then find the English version. But sometimes the translation doesn't exist, or it doesn't sound natural.
And that's why we recommend something very simple. Use the English words you already know. If you don't know the exact word, describe it using simple English.
For example, if you don't know the word wallet, you can say, the thing for money. Clear, simple, and everyone will understand.
Yes, it may not be perfect, but communication is more important than perfection. And in the UK, people appreciate when you try. They won't correct you or laugh at you. They'll just help.
Unless you call a horse the big dog, of course.
Well, yes, maybe avoid that one, but simple descriptions still work brilliantly. If you don't know boiler, you can say, the thing that makes hot water.
And if you forget receipt, you can say, the little paper from the shop.
These descriptions keep your brain in English. You stay on the English road, instead of taking a long trip back to your language.
And this helps develop a very important skill, thinking around the problem. You don't panic, you don't translate, you just communicate.
And that's the goal. Confidence. Feeling calm when you speak. Using simple English is not a failure. It's a smart strategy.
Exactly. Even native speakers do this. If we forget a word, we say, the thing for the door, the handle. So you're not alone at all.
And every time you describe something in simple English, your brain gets a little bit stronger. The next time, the right word will come faster.
So remember this tip when you're stuck. Don't translate. Don't panic. Use the English you already have and keep the conversation moving.
So, James, once our learners feel more comfortable with single words, the next big question appears. How do I start thinking in English sentences? And this can feel a bit scary at first.
Yes, absolutely. Sentences look bigger and learners often think, oh no, grammar. But the truth is, we start with sentences that are so small and so simple that anyone at A2 level can use them.
Exactly. We're not talking about complicated structures or long explanations. We're talking about tiny, everyday sentences. Things you feel, things you do, things you see.
The kind of sentences even a very sleepy person could manage.
Yes, even before your morning tea. For example, when you wake up and feel tired, you think, I am tired. Just that. Simple, clear, direct.
Or if you're happy because the sun is actually shining in Britain, rare, but it happens, you think, I am happy.
And when your stomach makes a noise before lunch, you think, I am hungry. Not, how do I say this in my language? Just the English phrase.
These sentences work because you connect them directly to real feelings inside you. Feeling, English, done. No translation step in the middle.
And it doesn't stop with feelings. You can also connect simple actions. For example, when you drink a glass of water, think, I drink water. Say it in your mind at the exact moment you are doing it.
When you open a door, think, I open the door. When you sit down, think, I sit down. When you walk into your kitchen, think, I walk to the kitchen.
You're basically creating a tiny narration of your life, but in English. Not full stories, not long descriptions, just small, true sentences about what's happening right now.
Like a friendly narrator following you around quietly.
Yes, a gentle narrator who helps your brain build those direct connections we talked about in earlier chapters.
And the wonderful thing is this. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to use complex grammar. If your sentence is simple and clear, then it's excellent practice.
And over time, your brain starts to switch to English naturally. You see a door, you think door. You open it, you think, I open the door. Step by step, your mind becomes faster.
So remember, start small, keep it simple. Use sentences from your real life, the ones that come from your own actions and feelings. That's how you build the habit of thinking in English. Now, Anna, another very common question our listeners ask is, does watching videos in English help me think in English? And honestly, the answer is a big, happy yes.
Absolutely. Listening and watching simple English is one of the easiest and most enjoyable ways to train your brain. And the best part? You don't feel like you're studying. You're just watching something fun.
Exactly. No textbooks, no stress, just you, a cup of tea, and something simple on your screen.
When you watch short videos, cartoons, or easy English content, your brain receives English in two ways at the same time. You see what is happening, and you hear the words. This creates a strong connection.
For example, imagine you're watching a cartoon. A character says, "Look, a ball." And at the same moment, you see the ball on the screen. Your brain thinks, ball, round, object, English. No translation, no extra steps, just direct understanding.
And A2 learners don't need complicated films or difficult series. In fact, simple things are much better. Children's cartoons, slow podcasts, short stories with pictures, they all help your brain learn English naturally.
And cartoons are wonderful because the characters usually speak clearly, slowly, and with lots of facial expressions. If someone says, "I'm sad," you can see they look sad. So your brain links meaning, sound, and image all together.
And the great thing is, you don't have time to translate. The story keeps moving. You just follow the action. Your brain doesn't sit down and say, how do I say this in my language? It simply listens and understands directly.
And it doesn't need to be long. 10 minutes a day is enough. A short cartoon, a small YouTube video, a simple song, anything that feels light and enjoyable.
And yes, even songs for children work beautifully. Think of head, shoulders, knees, and toes. You hear the words and you move your body at the same time. It's silly, but it's brilliant for learning.
I still remember the actions, actually.
Me too. And those movements help you remember the words without translating them.
So, if you want to start thinking in English, give your brain lots of simple English to enjoy. Listen, watch, smile, follow the story, and let your mind absorb the language naturally.
It's one of the easiest steps you can take, and one of the most powerful. So, James, our final question today is it okay to make mistakes when I try to think in English?
Oh yes, completely. Mistakes are not a problem at all. They are part of learning, like little signs that show you where to go next. Everyone makes them, even native speakers.
Exactly. Thinking in English is a new habit, and habits take time. Your brain has used your first language for many years, so of course it needs a little practice to change.
And you must be patient with yourself. If you catch your brain translating, don't say, "Oh, I'm terrible at English." Just say, "Oops, I translated. Let me try again."
Yes, be kind to your brain. It's working hard for you. Even 5 minutes a day is enough to make progress.
Think of it like walking. You don't start with a marathon. You start with small steps, hopefully without falling over.
Exactly. Step by step. Word by word. And one day, you notice it. You hear English, and your mind understands it instantly.
So remember, mistakes are friends, not enemies. They guide you, they teach you, and they show your progress.
And you are making progress. Keep going, stay patient, and trust yourself. Thank you all for listening today. We hope these tips help you start thinking more in English, especially at A2 level. It's a journey, but you're already taking great steps.
Yes, absolutely. And now we have a little activity for you. Something simple, quick, and very good for practice.
Look around you right now. What is one thing you can see? It can be anything. A window, a phone, a plant, a cup of tea.
Or even your cat staring at you, wondering why you're learning English instead of feeding it.
Yes, that too. Now, don't translate. Just think of the English word. And then,
Write that English word in the comments below. Just one word, one object. It's small, but it trains your brain to think directly in English.
and we truly love reading your comments. It feels like we're all learning together.
Before you go, if you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe. It helps more learners discover our little English corner.
Keep practicing, keep smiling, and remember, you're doing brilliantly.
See you next time.
Bye for now.